Hello, this is Sonja from my Happy Space. Welcome back at my channel. Today we're going to do prompt number 20 and 21 in Junk Journal July, hosted by Meg Journals. I will leave all the details down below. And it is black and white and focus. So I'm going to attempt black and white first. I'm just going to do it on the last page of my journal, which is a bit difficult because obviously I need to prop it up. My idea was to do two places where I can put two Bible verses down. It's actually my memory verses I've been learning or memorizing over the last 2 weeks. So first of all, I'm going to use black paint, and I'm going to yet again create this rectangular blob, just to put my quote down. And on the other side, I'm just using a white acrylic paint. Both of these paints are acrylic paint. So I'm just going to write over it. So I'm just putting that on there. That's how it looks. It was a bit streaky, but it turned out much better than I thought. So I like how that looks. The white's difficult to see, but I wanted to use the white paint because I wanted to true white. Now I'm going to use this tissue paper, which is white and black polka dots, or it's actually white with black polka dots. And I'm just going to put gel medium on it and just put it on the back. I just wanted to create it another black and white background. I love this fainted black polka dots with it. So as I said, I'm just putting my print down first to put my tissue paper on there. As I said, I find that is sometimes a bit easier than trying to put, especially if you want to do it flat. I think if you don't mind to be rumpled up or crinkled up, it's fine if you put the gel medium underneath. It just works better for me to put the dry glue at the bottom and then put the wet medium at the top. I don't know if it's if the effect is going to be different if you do that, but I find it's okay. So I'm just putting my gel medium over it, and here is my two blobs that I've painted. So I'm just going to cut it out. And what I'm trying to do is trying to get it to the right sizes, because the one is a bit fatter than the other one, and the other one is a bit longer. And I'm also trying to cut off the edges of the black paint one, which there was some white edges. Obviously that will show much more than the white paint on the white. So yeah, as I said, I'm going to put my two memory verses down. One is going to be Hebrews 12 verse 11, and one is going to be Hebrews 11 verse 1. Now I'm just using a posca pen, and I've been through so many white pens. I've got the jelly roller jelly pen, and I've had some other pens, and nothing works well. And I think I once watched a video of Mindy, and she just sort of was raving about the Posca pen and just said that is the best pen she's ever had. And I bought it a while ago, this pen, and I must say I'm very, very happy with it. It is one of the first pens you actually write immediately, and it actually without blobs, and it's a nice pen to use if you want to write on a black background. So I really recommend that. And now here I'm just using, I think, a laundry pen. That's the only black pen I wanted to use. I didn't want to use my fine liners because I was worried it will be damaged on the paint. So that's what I used. So I'm just using this black and white flowers, which is one of my printables in my Etsy shop. It was a devotional. I wrote a mini devotional called The Perfect Sacrifice. It was sort of an Easter cross devotional, and they had this black and white flowers. So I thought that is the perfect opportunity to use this. So I'm just putting the black one there at the top, and I'm putting a white flower on there, and the white Bible verse, which is Hebrews 12 verse 11. It's all about the fact that there is usefulness and discipline, and it will reap righteousness. And the other one is the famous quote about faith, what faith is, in Hebrews 11 verse 1. And I love learning these two verses. It's so good to ponder on these verses and to meditate on it on a weekly basis. So I'm using some washi tape here. One is a white black grit, and the other one is a black white grit. I sort of just reversing it, and I'm just putting it to the edge of those two blobs with the quotes. And now I'm just going in again with my alpha stamps, and I'm just putting black and white there. I've backed it up with washi tape because it was, to me, it was too similar to the background, so I just wanted to let it stand out. I forgot to put actually number 20 there, so later I'm going to go back and put number 20 there. Now I'm starting with prompt number 21, which is focus. I wasn't really 100% sure what to do there. I was just thinking of a focus point or focus element on my page, and I've decided to do it on that first little brown um sort of paper which I had my paint swatches on the other side, and I've decided to use that flower, or not flowers, that butterflies as a focal point. So first of all, I've decided to use this pattern paper, thin pattern paper on there, and here is when I use my gel medium because I wanted it a little bit crinkled. It doesn't really show up much, the crinkles at the end, but yeah, you can see it if you're close by. You can see the texture. So I'm just cutting that off. Yes, I love using these pattern papers. Yeah, they're so nice. They give texture, and if you just want to dull down something, it's nice to put this pattern paper on there. So I'm just going over it with gel medium just to secure it. And now I'm going to use some texture paint. So I've got this beautiful stencil, which is almost look like lace. So I'm going to put that on top of the pattern, or not the pattern paper, the fabric paper there. And first of all, I'm just going to mix it up a little bit. I put a little bit of water in it because my texture paste is very dry. I think it was a bit old when I bought it because it was dry from day one. So I'm just mixing it with a little bit of water, and it seems to work perfectly. So now I'm just going in with the stencil. I was worried that it might not work very well because it's a very intricate and delicate stencil, but it turned out very well. I think the idea is just to obviously put it over there and make it nice and smooth, and make sure the texture paste is in all the corners, and just lift it up very, very gently as I did there. Love how that turned out. And I'm going to go in with 3 points of it. I'm going to put one obviously there at the top, and then I'm going to put one here in the corner. And yeah, as I said, I love how that turned out. I've decided to do a small one there on the one side because the other two ones are quite big, and that's how it looks. As I said, I love how that look. I wanted to bring a little bit of color, the same color which is on the right hand side of my page. First of all, I wanted to use this Victoria Velvet Distress Oxide ink, and I used my brush to put it on there, but it didn't pick it up at all. I think if I use a stronger distress oxide or paint, or ink rather, then it might have worked. But then I thought I'm going to use the same color paint which I've used on that flower, which was my day one. And I'm just using a stencil brush. And the secret of a stencil, when you use a stencil brush, is to make sure you've got very, very little paint and it's dry. Your brush needs to be dry. And then I'm putting it through the stencil, which is also one of my favorite ones. I just got a little bit of paint on my prompt list, so I decided to put this clear sheet underneath it so I don't damage that prompt list anymore. So my first initial plan was to go for 3 spots again, but yeah, I just felt, I think, yeah, then I thought it looks a little bit not enough, and then I thought, okay, I can't have 4 now, I need to have 5, because we always try to do, artists always try to do it in odd numbers. But later I'm going to go actually a little bit overboard with that polka dot stencil. You'll see now in a minute. So at the moment, I love how that turned out. So I don't know how successful I was with this focal point, because the butterfly I don't think was very strong. I think your attention goes to the butterfly, but I almost think your focus point is more the texture paint, but that's fine. That is just my interpretation of it. Some of these prompts is going to work better than other prompts. So when I first put the one butterfly there, I thought it looks a little bit alone, so I've just added a white butterfly. I would have liked to use a different color butterfly, but I don't think it would have worked with the whole page, and especially with the other side of the page. But then I thought I want to create a little bit more focus around the butterflies. So I thought I'm going to go in with that stencil, and I'm just going to create loads of these stencil marks around the butterfly, so your eyes is immediately drawn to the butterflies and you focus on the butterflies. I mean, that is hence the prompt. Was my idea. So yet again, I'm going to go in with my alpha stamps, and I'm just going to put focus there. underneath that, I decided to just put it on this dictionary page just to go in with the color scheme. I didn't know where to put it. I didn't want it to put the focus at the bottom because I want the eye to be drawn to the top. And I thought if I put the words at the bottom, there's too many places where your eyes can rest. And then yet again, the butterflies is not the focal point or the focus. So yeah, that is my idea behind it. So I'm just use this pink washi tape. I think the color was not 100% the same, but at the end, the words cover most of it up. So this completes my entry for prompt number 20 and 21. I hope you enjoyed watching me how I put it together. We are coming to almost to the end of this prompt. I can't believe it. Yeah, you must have a fantastic day, and God willing, I'll speak to you on Saturday. And thanks very much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you like this video, please remember to give it a like, leave a comment, let me know what you like and what you didn't like. And yeah, and if you haven't subscribed, please do so. I'd love to have you as part of this family. And have a great day. Lots of love. Bye-bye.